Hi everybody on BookTube. It's John from Toronto again. So today I am replying or responding to Joshua Crebo's tag on book banning. So there are just 5 simple questions here, which should be enough to confuse me. So we'll get right to it. The reason I'm doing this video kind of quickly is because I don't want to miss the Blue Jays game at 8 o'clock tonight. Let's hope they, I hope that they will do much what they did last night, which was that wonderful 11-4 victory over the LA Dodgers. But anyway, without further ado, number 1 on the questions here. Do you intentionally read banned books? Why or why not? I don't intentionally read banned books. No, but I will say this. If I see that a book has been banned, I'm interested in finding out about that book. So I will, pardon me, I will often go search on the Amazon website and find out what this book is all about. Because quite often I find a banned book is a good book. Not all by any means. I mean, some just didn't have any interest in at all. But there's usually something there that's quite interesting, I find. It's all up to the individual, isn't it? Okay, that's pretty hot. So the second question is, tell us about your favorite banned books. Well, I've got a few here that I'm not sure if they've all been banned. I think some have. I'll let you know for each one. First up is kind of a horror book called The Troop by Nick Cutter. He's a Canadian writer. And this is really quite a dark novel. It's basically about some Boy Scouts out in the west coast of Canada who get together with their scout master, and they have some overnight, at least one overnight time. I think they're there for a few nights, and some terrible creature, which apparently I think has been made in a lab or something went wrong with an experiment or something, is terrorizing them all. And it sounds kind of hokey and like The Blob or something like that, going back to my time. But it's just so well written. And that's what always intrigues me. It's well written. The major characters are really believable. And I just found I couldn't put this down. I'm sure it has been banned somewhere, because it is pretty spooky in places. I mean, I was kind of like, surprised at some of the turns and the twists and turns and the things that were happening were kind of a little bit hard to take. There's some other ones here. Well, first of all, Joshua was talking about 1984, George Orwell's classic. And apparently it's been banned in Alberta, he was saying. I'm in Ontario. As far as I know, we don't have any banned books in Ontario. I could be wrong. If someone knows that, let me know. But I haven't heard of any books being banned. Certainly nobody in the Ministry of Education here has mentioned anything that I'm aware of about books that are banned, like you can't teach them or whatever. I'm pretty sure on that one. But again, if you know differently, let me know. So in 1984, like Joshua, I don't understand why it was banned, really. Perhaps some of the fact that there is some sex in there, perhaps some politics as well. I really don't get it. Here's a very famous American classic, To Kill a Mockingbird. Fantastic novel, fantastic writing. Oh, this keeps happening. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. You probably can't see it anyway. But anyway, there's this little square that keeps coming up. To Kill a Mockingbird, of course, we all know Harper Lee, and a fantastic classic, but I understand it keeps getting banned every now and then in one or several states in the United States. Can't figure it out at all, really. Perhaps it has something to do with racism, because that's sort of a main theme in there. Sorry, got to get my coffee in me. Another famous Canadian book that was made into a movie. I spoke about this before too. Room. It perhaps has been banned somewhere, I guess, probably south of the border. I don't think anywhere here. Maybe Alberta. Maybe Joshua, you can tell me about that. Has this been banned in Alberta? Don't know. I've heard that The Kite Runner has been banned somewhere. I bet you it's banned in Afghanistan right now. That's for sure. Because it's totally against the Taliban, that's for sure. And then there's another one here that I picked up because I have heard some interesting things. Well, I mean, it's not about something that's very pleasant, let's put it that way. And it's, I saw this first on Criminali's channel, and he did a short review of it, and it's called Exquisite Corpse. And it's about a serial killer who specializes, I guess you could say, in young men. But interestingly, it's written by Poppy Z. Bright, and I don't know if that's her real name, but it is a woman. And she's married. She's married to a chef, in fact. I found some of these things out on YouTube. And not an interview, really. Well, yeah, I guess it was an interview, because she was speaking in it and talking about her husband, the chef. And she seems very well together, like to write a book like this. But then again, it's just the content that's kind of disturbing, all right. But the writing is fantastic. Like, she really creates a world. And although it's somewhat, how shall I say, related to some true, inspired by some true serial murders, she manages to make it all her own, it's all her own make-believe world and everything else, but it's based on the real world, but not things that actually happen. She's just inspired by some actual events. Anyway, those are some of the banned books that I have here. Again, Exquisite Corpse, I don't know, I imagine it's banned in several places probably, but not in Canada as far as I know. Again, my friend in Alberta can help me out on that one. The next question here, I don't want to run out of time. Which book would you memorize to save it from the censors? The example here is Fahrenheit 451, another book I have somewhere that has been banned. It's kind of dated now, I would think, but you never know. There's still some, I suppose there's still some relevant things there. But again, in Ontario at least, I'm pretty sure we don't really have any books banned. I don't know. Again, if somebody knows, let me know. So again, which book would I want to memorize? Probably I would never be able to memorize a book. I can't even memorize a sentence half the time. But I guess it would go back to my two favorites. You must know them by now. A Separate Peace or The Kite Runner. The Kite Runner is much larger, but if I was able to memorize it, I probably would perhaps choose that. or maybe a separate piece. Okay, so number 5, are there any books that challenge your beliefs about book banning? Be honest. Tell us more. Um, that would challenge my beliefs about book banning. Again, I'd have to agree with Joshua when he was talking about Mein Kampf. Um, it's not something I'm going to read, that's for sure, because the content does not interest me. Um, it's a terrible thing. I mean, the whole mess that happened with World War II and the Holocaust and all that. I don't really want to read about that. I mean, I know about it. It's important that we don't forget and all that stuff, but I don't really want to read about that kind of stuff at all. But to ban the book, I guess, some people are, the neo Nazis are sort of reading it and getting strange ideas again. But I don't know that I would actually say we should ban books. That's, again, as Joshua said, keep on mentioning him, but it's a slippery slope. Once you do that, then something else comes up, and oh yeah, that should be banned too. We can't just have Bambi all the time, and I'm not impressed with these holier than thous, like they seem to think they know everything about, oh, this is a good book and this is a bad book. Well, I don't like people telling me, what I can and cannot read. Thank you very much. That's not what a free society does, I don't think. Um, yeah, so also, did I mention this? Lord of the Flies is another one that has been banned somewhere along the way. um, because it's about a bunch of schoolboys who turn into savages and kill each other and everything else way back in the day. Um, that's about all I can think of then. I don't know who to tag for this. I think some people have already done it. So sorry, I can't think of anyone to tag. Just anybody who wants to go ahead and do it. Um, but yeah, that's about all I can think of for now. Um, and I hope the Blue Jays will win tonight. And I'm sipping my Tim Hortons coffee to make sure that happens. So have a good day, a good night, and all the best to you. Bye for now.